Now, every church knows the Tator family. I've had a Tator family in every single one of the churches that I've served. It's a large family. And even if all of the family members don't attend your church, some of them surely will. But just in case you're not familiar with the Tators, allow me to introduce them. First, there is the Spectator. This is the church member who attends services but never really gets involved in any of the doings of the church. Spectator is thoroughly content to just sit and watch but never lift a finger. And then there is Dictator. Dictator is the church member who wants to control everything. Typically, Dictator would rather attend a small congregation because they're easier to manipulate. Dictator would rather attend a small church that they can then act as a doorkeeper to keep who they want in and who they want out. Then, of course, there's Agitator. This is the church member who keeps trouble stirred up in the congregation. Agitator thinks that they're doing something good, but really all they're doing is taking peace and tranquility away. So they instigate through gossip and lies and slander and innuendo. And the small groups get smaller and service groups get smaller, and then they switch to another group so that they can be an agitator in that group too. Agitator's first cousin is Irritator. This is the church member who complains about everything. People see Irritator coming and they run the other way. And if they can't escape, they get trapped into the conversation. Do you know what the conversation is? You're standing with somebody and you're kind of cornered and you're literally standing in a corner and you're going oh, You ever been in that conversation? No, just me? Okay. Then, of course, there's Commentator. Commentator knows everything, and they feel compelled to voice an opinion about any and all topics. They love being the smartest person in the room. They love knowing that they always have a better way of doing things, but don't ever actually lift a finger to do anything where their expertise would benefit. Then, of course, there's Rotator. Rotator is the church member who attends at least 2 churches, but as many as 3 or 4 possibly. They don't believe in sinking down roots in any particular church, and they prefer instead to find something wrong with every church that they go to, whether it's the preaching or the singing or the programs, and so they move on to another church where then they do the same thing. There's just a few left. There's Hesitator, paralyzed by the fear of making the wrong decision, so they don't do anything. There's Amputator. They're the ones who are always looking to cut away someone or something, whether it's an inactive member or a struggling program or a line item from the budget that they disagree with. They want to amputate because they think that those things are not cost effective. Next to last is Imitator. Imitator thinks they've been to all the big churches. They go to all the conferences and things, and they think, boy, if we just did all the things that the big churches do, if we just imitated what they did, then we would be a big church too. Unfortunately, the cookie cutter strategy doesn't work, and so Imitator just gets frustrated. And then finally, much like the caustic, there is the Devastator. Believe it or not, this Tator actually exists. This is the church member who won't rest until the congregation lies in ruins. Devastator is multi-talented, knows how to start a rumor, bring an accusation, play one church clique off another, and especially knows how to eat the preacher for lunch. See, after reading this list of the Tators, I think you'll agree with me that the Tator family is a formidable group. But here's hoping we don't have any of them in our church, especially those other ones. But there's another branch of that family tree that I do want to share with you that I hope we do have in this church. They are very helpful members when it comes to service. These Tators are not like the other Tators. First, the one is the Meditator. This person is dedicated to pray. This person is slow to speak and slow to get angry and abounding in wisdom and steadfast love. They lead in quiet strength and humility, can bring people together for the good of the church and the community. There's the Rehabilitator, the one who seeks to help others by bringing healing and hope through reconciliation and understanding and meeting people where they are and not leaving them there. There's the Resuscitator. Just as the name implies, this tator is an ER doc. They are willing to work in the emergency room of the church. They're willing to do CPR on people and things so that the grace and the power of God can be seen, bringing dead things to life. That's what a resuscitator does. And they do so by sharing the good news of Jesus. Fourth is the facilitator, one who makes a process easier by bringing about wisdom and knowledge and helps people work together. And then finally, let's not forget about our tater tots. Those who are, this is kind of funny, people. I'm getting nothing here. Those who are young and vital and seek to be a part of the church family, we must not quench their spirits.